Alright, welcome back to my round 1 game of GPO Ottawa. I'm playing Oxfox yet again against Wizzerinus, who's on Jund tutor pod, I guess. Or is it pod? No, it's just Jund Fireweaver, I guess. Yeah, 80 card deck. And the deck's pretty much the same as last GP, except I had to switch out the Correlite Champions for Conscription because Correlite Champion got nerfed. Anyways, looking at this opening hand, there's no 1-drop, so no, I can't keep this. I would love to keep this, but I can't, so bringing this back. Oh, this is not good. Alright, well, I have to keep this. Oh, die roll, right. I guess I'm also on the draw, so yeah, not great for me. Anyways, what do I do? 1, 2, 3, and then 2 lands. Is that what I'm doing? I need 1 lance, right? Otherwise, it's just kind of bad. Do I bottom these 2 cards? I mean, the problem is that I really want Verdict on 3. Well, yeah, I think I bottom Lance and Downhill, and bottoming Lance just feels really bad. Actually, maybe I can bottom Underpass. Yeah, bottom Underpass and Downhill Forge Master. No, Downhill is fetching the Lance, so yeah, bottom Underpass and Downhill. Right, okay, yeah. I feel like this is probably a mistake. Yeah, why did I bottom? Well, it's because Downhill grabs Lanterns can still be a threat afterwards. But yeah, not great for me. Anyways, how much removal are they playing? Because they're playing a mid-range Jund deck. Right, so they have a lot of removable threats, and okay, a decent number of Pithwelts, or just 1 Pithwelt, 1 Lightning Ripple, but they have plenty of tutors in their deck, right? Or no, they only have the 4 Values Councils, so not actually that many tutors. Leaping Lotus, okay, that's not good because I don't want them to play 4 drops on turn 3. Like, they have Infectious Eagle somewhere in the deck, right? Yeah, they're playing 4 copies of Infectious Eagle, so if they drop Infectious Eagle on turn 3, I'm very much screwed. Or am I? Well, I think here my best play is Downhill, grab the Lance, equip the Lance, and start swinging. If they play Infectious Eagle on turn 3, then I sack the Triton's Gift, and then I revert to the Council the Infectious Eagle. Does that sound like a solid plan? Alternatively, I can play Conscription, which gives me more sack fodder. I think I'd rather just go wide instead of going tall. Or I'd rather go tall instead of going wide. Anyways, this guy's on an adventure. Hopefully they don't have Pithwelt. If they do, I'm very sad. Yeah, they take. What's the worst thing that can happen to me? Oozing Yagwai, Infectious Eagle. Actually, it's Hellion Devastator or Oozing Yagwai because I kill my only threat and then I'm extremely sad. Yeah, maybe I should play Conscription because that lets me play around those things. Because like I'm putting all my eggs into 1 basket. If this thing gets killed, then my backup plan is to play Downhill, which costs 2 mana, or play Conscription, which also costs 2, so I can't even curve out that well. Yeah, definitely regretting not playing Conscription. But like if they just play a big dumb creature, then I can Verdict of the Council that thing. That's what I'm hoping they do. Like just don't play something that can kill my Lily Reed Triton. They can also play a Planeswalker, maybe. Artie is actually not that bad for me because they kill the lands, but I still get a land. Then I can actually go Downhill Conscription. So is it going to be a removal spell? So it's 2 Weeping Lotuses. They're ramping really hard, but I guess they don't have. Maybe they have Azels and they're trying to ramp into it. If that's the case, then there's really not much I can do against Azels, right? Yeah, which is unfortunate. Another Downhill. What's Azels' warding anyways? Let me just check. Right, that's not how you spell it. I need to. Alright, there we go. So creature Azels does not hit. Only hits creatures on the field. So that means I should get Conscription down. It hits stuff in hand. Okay, so I think if I play here is Conscription and then Downhill grab the Cinderblade. And Downhill Floating Adventure will also avoid Azels. So this basically lets me play the most around Azels. And I won't be able to equip the Cinderblade. Okay, so that means I should attack first and see what they have. No removal. Okay, good. Conscription. They Lair Resolve. Alright, that's good. Downhill. Yeah, Downhill Forge Master. Lair Resolve. I'm going to pull out a Cinderblade. I'm going to play the Cinderblade. That means if they wipe my board, the next turn Conscription still makes a soldier and can equip it right away and start attacking with it right away. They will be able to wipe my entire board, right? Yeah, and Azels will be able to block a soldier with a single lance. Well, no, if I use the Cinderblade, then it trades with Azels. So yeah, I think I'm kind of well insulated against Azels right now. And then the main problem is, what else is threatening to me? Retribution? Yeah, that's kind of scary. Like, it's a bunch of 1-ups, so there's lots of things that could wreck me, but naturally drawing them isn't super likely, so I can't exactly play around a single thing. Alright, they're doing stuff. Unrivaled Fireweaver. Alright, what do they have in their sideboard? The Lightning Ripple. Lightning Ripple would be pretty good. Solar Flare, the Flames Approach. They actually don't have that big of a Fireweaver board. I guess they can grab Solar Hatching. Well, I mean, if they're gonna wipe the board, they should just grab Lightning Ripple and kill all my guys. Redeeming Charm. Sure, I guess that also works. Oh, it's instant speed, so they can hit my guy after I make a guy from conscription. Alright, in that case, yeah, they can just wipe my board that way. Another downhill. Interesting. What's the best play here? Well, I want them to pop the Redeeming Charm now. I think a Cinderblade activation is probably the best way to do that. Then past that, I think past that, or no. You can also just go to combat, swing with everything. You're kind of incentivized to Redeeming Charm. What else can I do? I can downhill, Forge Master, grab a lance, play the lance, swing. I should just get downhill on board, so I should just swing here. Yeah, that means my play this turn will be Equip Cinderblade, or no, swing with everything. See if they Redeeming Charm. If they don't, then the main problem is what do I do if they don't do anything. In that case, I'll play out one of my downhills, just to encourage them to wipe the board. I'll play out one of my downhills and try to equip Cinderblades onto it, and then that probably encourages them to wipe the board. So yeah, I'll go to combat first. Well, they're probably going to let me attack, so let me think. Do I attack with both? I think I do. I move the lance onto the white soldier, right? I mean, Trident is kind of useful because that means it can't be blocked by Infectious Ego. But yeah, attack with both. I'll attack with one of these guys. Like, if they want to trade Fireweaver for it, go ahead. Or trump Fireweaver. Or trump this thing with Fireweaver. I mean, Fireweaver's dying to Redeeming Charm. If they use Redeeming Charm to kill a thing instead of wiping the board, then I'm really happy, because then that means I get to drop my downhill Forge Masters. Yeah, they're thinking. Good. They're gonna trump. Okay. But they're also going to do something else. Oh, they can also Redeeming Charm to make me discard my hand. Which is actually fine, in a way, because I still have these downhills floating around in the adventure. Is this white mode? Wrath? Yeah. Okay, I managed to play around it pretty well. No. I play out Cinderblade, and then I play out downhill, and then I fetch another Chevalier's Lance. And the next turn I can downhill Cinderblade. If I draw another land, I can drop the Lance again. Yeah, seems like a good play. So downhill, yet again, grab another Lance to my hand, and then get the Or did I just play a Lance, and then... Because next turn I can play downhill as Cinderblade and then start swinging right away. I think I'll play out one of this downhills just to get a thing on board. Force them to remove it, even if nothing else happens. I'm probably just never sacking Cinderblade, because if I sack it, then I risk getting blown out by removal. Alright, what is it? Rubat, yeah. Well, the good news is, actually they can Demigod and then play a land that blows up one of the downhills. I mean, that's fine, but yeah. I just have to get 2 lances onto it, and then it'll one-shot the Drubagia. So this is what they're spending all their mana on. Okay, so I'm hoping to top deck a land, because that'll be pretty nice. Because that means I can play out downhill, play out the lance, and equip the Cinderblade. And that kind of just forced them to chump with Drubagia. Well, that's not what I wanted. I play a Verdict of the Council here. It doesn't build my board at all, but does get rid of something. I mean, Drubagia isn't really a threat right now, right? Because do I have enough mana to... They technically do have enough mana to activate the God mode next turn if they play 2 lands. It doesn't seem super likely, but it is something I have to worry about. Actually, Bounty Hero, Equip Cinderblade, Lance goes on, and then I swing. Okay, yeah, that sounds pretty nice. And yeah, I have Conscription up, so it does end up working out. And yeah, they let it happen, so you have combat. Do you have Pithbolt? If you don't have Pithbolt, then okay, good. Well, that's going to be a lot of damage. So what is this? I mean, they're forced to chump this, so yeah, I'm pretty happy about this. And let's see if they have any more chumps going on. What is it, 6-3 at this point? Yeah. I mean, they're fine as long as they keep putting trumpets in front of it, but now I get to drop downhill Forge Master and move the Cinderblade onto downhill. And now I'm starting to go wide again. Is this Infectious Ego? I mean, that's fine. Well, if I sacrifice... No, I can totally sacrifice Conscription. I have Verdict the Council. So unless they have hand attack, I get to... Yeah, really solid Founding Hero swing in next turn. And it seems like they don't have it, so yeah. Anyways, I wonder if this wins me the game. Unless you have Pithbolt. No, they don't. Okay, I got pretty lucky because they didn't have any answers. And again, like, their deck is kind of sparse with answers, so maybe it's no surprise they don't have one. I think post-board's going to be a lot harder, though. So what do I want? Well, I mean, what's good against removal? They have plenty of creatures, so Default was actually not good. I mean, I can probably, I can kind of screw their Fireweaver turn if I play this in the right time, but I don't think it's worth it. But how are they doing on enchant? They have Weeping Lotus, but that's only one Weeping Lotus, so I don't think it's worth Anointed Curse Breakers. Re-Up Souls lets me attack past their stuff, but they don't actually get that much random stuff onto the board. I don't think. Like my guys are big enough that they're kind of forced to chump. What is Highline hit? Not enough for me to care, right? Even so, I'll bring in some anointed curse breakers. I know Highline hits the lotuses, but the curse breaker also like hits the lotuses way earlier. I'll try this out. All right, this seems like a really nice hand. No turn on Founding Hero, or I can easily get a Founding Hero active. I just have to draw an artifact. And like the Chronicles post-conscription seems really powerful if things go well. Do I lead on Chronicles or conscription? I think Founding Hero is just way more explosive. But at the same time, Chronicles, conscription, activate Chronicles. Like, how good is that? It might actually be better than Founding Hero. Yeah, I'll go with Chronicles because I got a pretty good Chronicles hand this game. Seems like they have a turn 2 play. Is this going to be Lotus? Up to Crumbling Precipice and Pronouncer. Alright, a good thing I got the Lotus draw because or the Chronicles draw because Chronicles lets me fly over the Pronouncer tokens. Otherwise it'd be super annoying to deal with. What do I do with about Infectious Ego? I mean, I can just Verdict that thing. I'd probably sack Conscription if Ego comes down, right? Yeah. Alternatively, I can go Chronicles Founding Hero. Is that better against Infectious Ego? I mean, it probably is. But at the same time, I really want to get Conscription down because that thing needs to be on the board for a bit in order to actually do its thing. Maybe Founding Hero Chronicles is better. I'm not sure. I'll start with Conscription. I'll try to get as much value as I can out of my things, so I don't want to play everything into a board wipe, because they do have Rio Demon Charm somewhere. They probably brought in some anti-aggro tools too. Actually, if Ego comes down, then I think I just Verdict of it. Okay, sure. Do I kill Drubagia before I can do anything? Otherwise, I'm just activating Chronicles and attacking, right? I think letting Drubagia stay for a turn is really scary, because they can, if they have a fetch land, they can like kill all my guys. So I should just get rid of it, but then I can't really swing that well because they all trade. These guys all trade with the Pronouncer. And I don't want my guys on board doing nothing because that just leaves them vulnerable to a board wipe. What other creature would I want to Verdict? So basically just Infectious Ego. So how likely is it that they have Infectious Ego but didn't play it and play Drubagia instead? Actually not that unlikely because maybe they want to ramp up a bit more before they drop their Ego, or they just didn't have the right colors. No, they had the right colors for it. Okay, I think they probably don't have Ego. I'm just gonna Verdict Drubagia right now. Unfortunately, can't attack with these guys. So do I? No, there's no point in trading with the Antelope tokens. I can wait. Like playing like this forces them to have another answer to my guys. How close are they to Azos? They're still 1 mana off, right? 1, 2, yeah. Instant speed, they might have Via Damien Charm, I guess. That's really the only thing I need to worry about. That will work, okay, nice. So if the game goes long, I can start grinding. I think here I activate Chronicles, I go to combat swing, and then I drop Chronicles number 2. Yeah, seems solid. All of these guys get buffed and have flying. So what's your answer to these guys? I don't think they... Okay, good. They do have an answer and they're going to use it now, so they don't have to worry about it later. And it's going to be Retribution. Yeah, that's fine. In fact, I mean, that's like basically the ideal scenario. I think now I play Founding Hero, right? Because Founding Hero on empty board. Or do I play Founding Hero or Slapfield? Which one seems scarier? Well, Slapfield can start picking stuff up, so I think I'll play Founding Hero, because that thing is just way scarier, right? I should take advantage of my Chronicles. I should just play Slapfield. Alright, Founding Hero or Slapfield. If I play Slapfield down, it makes 1 token. Next turn I play Chronicles, it makes another token. I could take advantage of Chronicles. That's too much thing. You know what? I'll just play Founding Hero. Actually, Azos does wreck me, right? Yeah, so I'm just hoping they don't have Azos, I guess. That's really the only thing I can do here. Actually, if I played Chronicles, then I had to, if they played Azos, I had to out of just activating the Descent mode and getting fully. Babe, Scale Bruiser, sure, that's fine. That thing dies. Oh yeah, right, that thing kills Baby Scale Bruiser. And they're gonna play Shihol. Okay, sure. Actually a problem because I can't remove it right now. But I can just try to flood the board with tokens so that it stops mattering as much. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, this is basically the ideal hand. If I try to flood the board with tokens, what's the worst thing that can happen? They play a board wipe. Well, they don't die to Rio Demon Charm anymore, and our Retribution's in the yard, so what else do they die? So they only die to Solar Hatching, right? Or Azos. I mean, Azos wiping the board of tokens is pretty bad, but like with the Slapfields in play, I can start churning. Or if I draw land, I can just Chronicles Huli. In that case, if I keep Lily in hand, I think I do, on the off chance that something bad happens. Anyways, I think basically I just got an insanely good draw this game because yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but this draw looks really good. Like whenever you draw 2 Slapfield Workgates, it just feels insane. And yeah, I shouldn't play out everything just yet because like this board seems pretty unbeatable, assuming I make it through a turn. Actually, how much damage am I flying in the air or hitting in the air for? What? That's 6, 10, 14. If I play this, then 4 more damage. Okay, so if I play Little Triton, then I'm kind of threatening lethal, right? Well, Chronicles Ascent is already threatening lethal, I think. Like, I just have to play around Solar Hatching. So yeah, or Azos. Does keeping this in hand play around Azos? I don't think it does, so I should just drop it, right? Nah, I think I'm willing to play around Solar Hatching. I should just Conscription just win. If I activate Conscription, that's 6 more damage. Yeah, that might just win. They can actually get Gruvagia back into play if they discard a 3-drop Obstacle Hole. They don't. Well, actually, no. That's really bad for me because Verdict goes away, and then yeah, then I'm no longer threatening lethal as much. Discard Nomad Township, so yeah, okay, so that means they get to snipe a token. I mean, oh, okay, that's really bad for me. They get Gruvagia back. Okay, sure. Well, that's not the worst because Ascent is still in play, so like I guess I still get a really juicy whack on them next turn. Right. It seems like yeah, they don't have a board wipe. Activate Ascent. They don't have lethal on me just yet. Druvagia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, Druvagia is really scary now. They can one-shot me, right? Shiho flipping also really scary. I think here I just play Little Read. I get 2 tokens. I activate Ascent and I swing. Just crunch them for a bunch, and then hopefully next turn I make it through and I win that way. All right, sure. I'll just stick to Triton Zipped on. One of the Kales or one of the Foxes. Kales are more likely to survive. And then Ascent this. So all of these guys get buffed. All these guys get buffed. But come on. There we go. And then I also get some Slapfield triggers. I mean, yeah, this is kind of going all out here. If I don't win next turn, then I kind of am in trouble. I mean, this is a lot of damage, so yeah. I have lethal if I played literally last. No, I wouldn't have. I'd still be 3 damage off. All right, let's see what you got. And actually, yeah, the Oxens actually blocked the lands from Druvagia, so that's also really nice. I'm not sure if I still die though, but didn't really bother calculating because I mean, if I don't make it through this turn, then or I mean, if they win next turn, then whatever. Basically, I either win here or I don't, right? Do they have the extra land? How many copy? Wait, is second copy? 2. Oh, you have 2. You have 3 of these. Okay, sure. But the fact that you had to tap out for this means that your guys also go away. I guess Charming Rara can come back, right? No, you don't have white just yet. So lands are good for me here because that means I can Slapfield Workgate. Well, yeah, exactly. So Workgate can pick itself up, and then Workgate can pick up one of the other Workgates and put itself down, which makes 2 Oxen. But I think I should just pick up one of the Chronicles and put that thing down because even though it removes my buffs, I get a Fox, so that's more tokens. And then worst case, I just activate Chronicles again. So that's like all super scary. And if I get more mana, I'm gonna try to pick up and replay Conscription because that thing actually generates more tokens. Okay, so now they have enough mana for Azos, but they probably don't have Azos in hand because they have 0 cards in hand. All right, do I have lethal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, not yet. Not yet. So I should just pick up Chronicles and replay it to keep growing my board. That's probably a better use of my time than activating Chronicles number 2, right? Like 3 extra damage, but actually activating Chronicles means that everything's out of range except for Solar Hatching, and I can play Underpass to protect one of my guys. So yes, I should just like activate Chronicles and play Underpass Sentinel to protect my Fox. And since they have no cards in hand, they can't really do anything. So yeah, it seems like I got the nut draw this game. And this just shows the power of Slapfield, Workgate, plus Chronicles, kind of, yeah, just grinding the opponent out. Actually, yeah, this match has been a pretty good showcase of like both sides of the deck, where one half of the deck is a really low to the ground equipment soldier aggro deck, where you use downhill Forge Masters to fetch out your Chevalier's Lances and then play out these double striking creatures, really cheap double striking creatures that automatically pick up the lance on attack, and then you just build up a giant double striking creature that your opponent can't deal with. Or like just straight murders your opponent if they can't deal with it. And then the other half of the deck is Slapfield Workgate plus Chronicles of the Kitsune, just churning out a bunch of creature tokens that then you can activate Chronicles to buff them up, and Verdict also like buff them up. So Yeah, the reason why this deck is so powerful is that it has like both halves. I guess if you drop heart and or one and the other half like at the same time, it's still even not that bad because Founding Hero wants both an enchantment and an artifact, and that kind of gets them there. And like Verdict, even though you don't have a bunch of tokens, Verdict still ups up your double striking creatures really nicely. But yeah, so that's kind of a display of what the deck can do when things go well.